So it's really good to welcome everybody from the project. It's great to see so many people who are not directly attached to individual projects. You're very especially welcome. And the next day and a half, day and a bit, is going to be, I hope, in self-indulgent. So I've got one slide, and here it is. The first aim of the next day is to share and critique each other's toys. And I want to be completely upfront about this. In every other setting, in public, we will go through the obligatory slides that say that we know that designing software and hardware for learning is not only a technical question, that we know that interdisciplinary teams are the only way forward, we know that user engagement from the word go is absolutely... All that can be taken for granted. Please don't bother to tell us that you're being interdisciplinary and user engaged and all those other things that we all wrote on the proposal. Because the next day is just to look at each other's toys, to share them, critique them, to learn from each other, and to try and get a sense of what the project, across the project, the program is doing. Obviously, we've built in as much time as we can, but not as much time as we would like, for people just to connect on an informal basis. And it's during those breaks, lunch breaks and coffee breaks and so on, that I think most of the projects will have an opportunity for you to go around and try hands-on what you see being presented. The third is that already yesterday, SynergyNet had an advisory group meeting, and a theme already emerged that we really ought to try and find time to look at analytical tools, to look at ways in which the technology is allowing us to analyse data, collect and analyse data that weren't so obvious before, and it seems like every day it's a new piece of software that is enabling that. Let's try and get a sense, not just on that specific question, let's try and get a sense if there is a project that's leading the way on some theme or other, such as how to analyse and collect data. Let's try and find time to do that. I think already we're going to run out of time, but we'll do our best. And finally, those of you who are aficionados of our daily improving website, thank you to Katie. Where's Katie? Katie Jordan, whose name you'll know if you don't know her, but now you can put a face to the name. Those of you who have been and looked at the website recently will see that we are beginning to get some quite interesting strands of work that lie alongside the outputs of the individual projects. And if we can identify any of those strands that go across the domains on specific focuses of individual projects that help us collectively to foster the research field of technology-enhanced learning. And particularly, I think we've started in such a way, as you might expect, because it takes time for the technical products of projects to come online. We've started with an emphasis on the social scientific aspects of our project, which I hope over the next year we will redress to have a more or less equal balance between social and computing sciences. So here is an opportunity to start thinking, if you haven't thought already, of themes and strands of work that lie above or alongside the individual projects. Let's say, for example, that it turns out that there are 3 or 4 projects working on artificial intelligence, designing new algorithms in interesting ways, and so on. We could have a strand of work that is looking at that intelligent environments for non-tutorial systems, exploratory environments, that kind of thing. We could. I mean, I'm making that up as I go along, so don't then tell me this is a great idea. So, informally and formally, and over the next 2 weeks, if any of those themes have emerged by the time we leave Durham, that would be a great plus to the program. Okay, the last thing I want to say is, well, the almost last thing I want to say is to thank Liz and her team formally for putting this on. Liz was chosen because she had the least portable technology, I think. But now it turns out there's quite a lot of people who have had to make long journeys with impossible technology. So thanks, Liz, and thanks for this amazing room. And one last thing, Katie is going to steal 5 minutes of your time at some point during the day to give you a tour around the website, because there really are quite a lot of interesting things happening on there that I think your attention might be usefully drawn to. Okay, so that's enough from me. Any questions, James? Do you have to make speeches about fire escapes and that kind of thing?
Well, fire escape is there, and the toilets are out there.
A man of few words. Okay, thank you. Right, so if there's nothing else, let's get straight on, and Echoes, over to you.